As countries wind up final preparations for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, fans, analysts, and coaches capitalize on the opportunity to garner a deeper comprehension of the contemporary technical and tactical behaviors employed by the world's best basketball teams and players as they influence match outcomes and the ultimate winner of the competition. A 2022 research by Canuto and Almeida established that winning teams have at least 6 or more defensive rebounds and around 4 more assists than losing teams, regardless of location, phase of the competition, or opponent's level. Note that this research significantly relied on defensive rebounds and assists as they featured as good structural coefficients discriminant factors and as the most frequently cited game-related statistics. These findings affirm that coaches should emphasize on defensive rebounding and assisting drills in their practice planning to improve the probability of winning games. Initial research on the topic reveals, a plethora of studies investigated the predictive power of game-related statistics on players' achievements, long-term career success, and the outcome of matchups at distinct levels of countries, competition, and age groups, and determined that defensive rebounds and shooting percentage align with higher winning frequency. An analysis of teams' performance as they progressed through the EuroLeague phases exhibit that in quarterfinals matchups, 3-point percentage and assists feature as the main winning or losing differential, while during the Final Four matchups, 2- and 3-point percentage and offensive rebounds better discriminated match result. This confirms a lack of consensus regarding which game-related statistics depicts the most significant way of winning. Additionally, the earlier conclusion abounds as context-dependent as assessments based on the opponent's level, game location, and competition phase appear to present different results. This study was published in the European Journal of Human Movement and it assessed articles published between 1970 and 2021 from different databases while factoring a final sample of 20 studies that explored European and Asian teams and assessed all games, close or balanced, and unbalanced or very unbalanced games, home and away games, regular season games, and playoff games. The study factored assists, defensive rebounds, 2-point shot, and steals as the discriminant game-related statistics. The absence of mean and standard deviation in some studies forced a meta-analysis for defensive rebounds and assists only, which exhibited winning teams comprising at least 6 more defensive rebounds and roughly 4 more assists than losing teams. The researchers deem defensive rebounding as a benchmark of the opponent's team's ball possession concluding after an unsuccessful field goal, and it shields the offensive team from having a second chance to score. It also acts as the basis for team play as it avails more chances for fast breaks and assists as 42% of fast breaks commence after a defensive rebound, establishing a chance for an easy scoring. The point regards the premise that defensive rebounds influence winning odds via an individual and team's defensive effort as a well-organized, communicative, and aggressive defense can outplay the opposing team's offense through forcing it out of its comfort zone, not consenting sufficient time to execute set plays that creates more pressure resulting in adverse conditions for an open shot. Defenses such as the quarter court and man-to-man within the 3-point line limits avail same pressure on offensive players as full-court press defense, which alleviates shooting efficiency while augmenting the number of rebounds disputed. Statistics depict defensive teams as having numerical superiority inside the restricted area, especially after a shot has been taken, enabling them to catch many rebounds. Besides, research affirms that point guards, small forwards, and shooting guards of the highest-ranked teams in the FIBA World Cups were taller than those of the worst-ranked teams, which means more help on rebounding. Regarding assists, San Antonio Spurs coach Greg Popovich was of the opinion, "Either you move it or you die," a statement he made in 2014 after a loss in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Research verifies that winning teams employ more passing actions including ball reversal and post entries in an attempt to establish better shooting opportunities. NBA teams' performance comparison based on assisted and unassisted team points indicate that win-loss record favors the assisted scoring, submitting that how a basketball team scores points is more essential than the number of points it scores. As for field goals, the best-ranked teams hit more 2-point shots, whilst weaker teams seem more dependent on hitting 3-point shots. Essentially, teams must be prepared to play against different defensive systems, and be able to score more effectively, irrespective of defensive actions. Despite the recent proliferation of three-point shot, reference values from Brazilian's NBB data indicate that hitting 42% of the three-point shots and 60% of two-point shots correlate to a percentile 75, which means shooting at this level is not an easy task. Steals also contribute significantly to winning as they facilitate a team to disrupt offensive options, increase poor field goal efficiency, uncontrolled dribbling, and bad pass angles. Steals also interrupts opposing teams' ball possession before they secure a scoring chance, dealing away with the eventual reliance on defensive rebounding to reassert ball control. Steals are more prevalent in European competitions, regardless of the competition phase, game location, or game scoring differential, and they facilitate 50% of fast break points for winning teams. The current findings suggest that basketball coaches should encourage defensive rebounding and assisting drills in their practice planning to enhance the possibility of winning games. Defensive rebounds contributes to lower opponents' second-chance opportunities, and a greater number of fast breaks, while assists feature as the benchmark of an unselfish and successful playing style, affirming why coaches should practice game-related situations, which understand both game-related statistics, and not omitting the actions that precede and succeed those of game-related statistics. Inasmuch as game-related statistics seem as reliable and valid technique to comprehend aspects of the basketball game that may increase one's team's chances of winning games, orient training, and game preparation. In this context, it significantly assesses and debates strictly numbers and not people or even more complex contexts, which discourages scouting staff against relying on game-related statistics only when aspiring for more suitable performance analysis.